Good evening and welcome to Chef Kelly's first ever bake. Today I am going to be baking a chocolate sponge with a light dusting of, is it casting sugar?
Icing.
Icing sugar. So come back in half an hour and see how I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is beating 4 eggs like this. That's what the instructions say to do. Not the instructions, the recipe. True chef, I call it a recipe. Just lightly beating the egg until they're a kind of a sort of custardy, dribbly yellow like this. Not for cats. So now I need to measure my butter. Now, the whole block of butter is 250 grams. I need 170 grams. So I estimate that if I start with 2/3 of my butter, then weigh it, I'll see how close I get. So I now have roughly 170 grams of sugar and roughly 170 grams of butter, because I've realised that I am no master baker because my scales are broken. But I'm now going to whisk this up, hopefully into a it says a cream, so I've got to whisk this up into a cream. So I'm whisking, and it's not going terribly creamy, but it is. You can see here with my whisking, it is sort of creamy. So see you in a few after I've whisked. The instructions. Bearing in mind this is the first time I've ever baked. I now need to add my eggs to the cream, whisking so that it doesn't become lumpy. Let's see how it goes. I'm now whisking. I'm going to add my eggs slowly, and you can see here it's turning into a bit of a creamy, eggy mess. It's not looking too appetizing at the moment, so let's wait and see. I've now whisked in all of the egg. I've got a pretty disgusting looking, porridgey, buttery, mulchy. Yes, but I'm hoping that it's going to improve now, because I'm about to add in 17 tablespoons full of sieved self-raising flour. And the idea of the self-raising flour is that it quite literally self-raises. So when you put it in the oven, the whole thing rises into a cake. I think if I didn't use self-raising flour, it would be a very flat, almost like cookie cake. So let's see how it goes. So I'm going to put it in, bash it down, give it a ooh. There we go. I just chucked a bit over the side. Sorry to my wife, who's on filming duty. That's one. See you in a bit. Learning and improving is about taking chances and risks. This is not in the recipe, but because I want a chocolate cake, I've got 2 sachets of Sucard Chocolate Dupuis 1826 hot chocolate. So I'm now going to sprinkle this in with the flour. A civet. I'm going to sieve it in so there's no lumps, because I want a lovely chocolate flavour. This may or may not work, but if it doesn't work and I made a mistake, that's good, because I've learned. Growth mindset in effect. See you. Hello again. You can see after a little bit of gentle whisking, I've now got this disgusting, gooey, brown mess. And the next stage, it smells good. Mm-hmm. Doesn't smell too good at the moment. My wife's putting words into my mouth. Now, what I'm going to do next is place this chocolate gloopy stuff into this greased cake tin. Now, for those of you who are wondering why I grease my cake tin, that's so the cake mix does not stick to the cake once it's baked. So I should end up with a lovely smooth edge to my cake according to the recipe. Let's see how she goes. If you look down here, you can see I've now spooned all of the cake mix into this cake tin. So I'm just going to flatten it down, push it all the way around so we get a really nice shape on the cake. Now again, this is the first time I've done this, so who knows how it's going to turn out, but this is the shape that I usually like to eat cakes in rather than squares or triangles. And if you look, you can see what I am doing, because I am a tidy man, is I'm cleaning as I go, showing you the importance of a clean and tidy workspace. Right, now what I'm going to do is put it in the oven. So, I need to bake this, and again I'm using the instructions, I need to bake this for 25 minutes. So, I'm going to pop my 2 spoons in there, open up the oven at 160 degrees, middle shelf, and in. And I will see you in 25 minutes. The pig has sounded. I'm going in to check out my cake. Oh, and it looks a little bit underdone. I think it's possibly because I'm supposed to have done it in 2 bits and I've done it in 1 bit, so I'm going to put it back in for a little while. See you in a bit. I've just retrieved the cake from the oven, and I'm just going to let it cool down, and then I'll be taking it out of the tin and seeing if it stands on its own well, it doesn't have any feet, but seeing if it stands. See you in a bit.